starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Hey, Darren. So better late than never.
Yeah, having a little bit of difficulty.
Your camera froze, Chris.
Oh, man. God. Well, it's one thing or the other.
Like you're stuck in this like perpetual. Well, you could probably see on the screen share.
I can see you. Yeah. You're moving.
Yeah, but you're not. Try turning your camera off and then turning it back on.
Yeah, hold on.
Push this little button and then turn it back on. We're doing all right. It's Monday. I was not feeling too good yesterday. I had thanks. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. So we lost Chris's videos briefly, and let's see if it comes back. Are you doing that whole button thing?
Yeah.
Okay. There you are. Much better.
Bingo.
So yeah, I'm glad I'm feeling better too. Yeah, it was not a pleasant day yesterday. Like pollen count was horrible.
Yeah, the trees, did all over my car, so.
Yeah, pretty much. Hi, Fred. So yeah, I'm only allergic to certain things, but I guess the way that my allergist explained it to me is like when it's so high, everybody kind of gets dicked over by it. Because you can't, and I had my windows open all this weekend, so yeah, I woke up, I did toss my cookies once, like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Brilliant.
So that was not fun. And then, then I was just nauseous the rest of the day. And then it dawned on me. I'm like, I haven't taken my allergy medicine. Took my allergy medicine and took a leave, and it was like magic. You get stuffed up. So, how was your Monday, Chris?
Full of fun and surprises.
Yeah, ditto. Nothing you can share though, huh?
No.
Of course not. Oh well. Monday. How's everybody out there in Facebook land? I see we have Fred and Darren with us. And then of course there's us on there too. So well, we are talking TTP tonight. What's that mean, Chris?
That is our most favorite technical equipment.
I know, but for the civilian folks, what does TTP stand for?
Oh, God. You make me
Tactics?
Tactical...
No, tactics, techniques, and procedures, dude.
Oh, come on, man. I can't remember.
He's totally civilianized. I've been out way longer than you. Well, yeah, I mean, you would bust my... You would win any day for Navy knowledge. Because I spent more time with the green suits than I ever did with our own. So.
True.
So, how's it going with you, Fred? And Darren, how's it going?
Y'all hanging in there?
Oh, Darren says, hi, Chris.
Hey.
Hey. So, well, I have something fun to share. Ooh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. On my desk of stuff. She gets me on abbreviations. Well, they're military abbreviations. They're military or law enforcement, LEO jargon.
Dude, all these abbreviations, blow my freaking mind.
With the acronyms and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Too many.
Ooh, I just snorted.
Whee!
Stop. That's not nice. All right.
Oh, come on. You know I harass you.
Well, sure. We had 2 new things come in the mail today. This is my favorite. Ooh. There we go. So it's not blurred. And you can see there's a tape in there. And let's see if this one doesn't get blurred too much. There, I have back. You know what? I'm just gonna turn that background. You'll see all my daughter's crap.
Blurry.
Yeah, let me just turn it off. It'll take me a second, but you can tell them why they're my favorite while I'm doing that. While I'm multitasking here. Why are these things my favorite?
They're old school and they pick up things a lot better than the modern school stuff.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Boom. All the crap in the background. Oh, but do you see what? Hang on. Check that out, Chris. Do you see that?
Ooh, is that the tablecloth?
Yeah.
Nice.
I figured it'd be a good way to cover up some shit in here. Just taking one day at a time. Been that way for me since last summer. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I don't hear it in the same sense that you experienced it by any means. I would have to say that all of us are getting antsy. All of us are getting
Cabin fever?
more than cabin fever.
Yeah.
So Darren brings up a good thing. Depends on the mics. Well,
She's got mics. We got mics.
drop the mic. Pick one.
Yes, sir.
You got the... This
I
one's
got my
really
little-
good.
I got my little 360.
And then, I mean, this one comes from the same company as the one I use for my stream. And they're really good. Yes, and you got the 360 one too.
Mm-hmm.
And this one... this one...
That's
could
a
be-
hot mess.
Well, it's got a lot of core that you see birds nested up right now, but this one makes me feel like a karaoke. Started working out. Oh, that's good. I'm not working out. I'm not working out. We keep saying, hey, we're going to go for a walk. We're going to take the dog for the walk. And nope. Not one bit. I have lost weight, though. It's kind of cool. I'm getting that flatter stomach back, which I'm super happy about. But it is no damn good because we're on mandatory lockdown until June 10th now.
Good old blackface Northam.
We don't get political on here.
Okay.
We can do that, like, you know, not on here. We have a few weeks ago. We must be patient. Can't wait to see how those... Well, you know what? We can still go outside. We can't have
Yep.
groups larger than 10.
Yep.
One of the great things about being a small group, there's just 2 of us plus the munchkin, so that's 3. So we can kind of go outside for a walk.
Exactly. Exploratory walk.
Yeah, which I think we're going to look into doing.
Yep.
What?
Try and think.
Don't say where, because I don't want any other people to go
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Because if they go there, then
I'll
look,
shut my hole.
we don't want to hold secrets, but we just don't want to be kicked out of where we want to go. It's public, it's open to the public, but we don't want everybody going, oh, we can go there. No, we're gonna keep our, because we were gonna go downtown Fredericksburg, the battlefield down there, and the big cemetery, but there's a lot of people concentrated down there, so odds are we won't be very. Darren, I got a lot more than that to lose, trust me. We're not going to get into this weight thing, because if anybody's on my Facebook profile or has known me for a number of years, we all know I can do better. I'm just putting that out there. So, hi, Melissa. So, yeah. So, okay. Now you guys could probably see this better. I recently just got this. This one's my favorite. And this one, I've never even heard of this brand, but I've tested it. It's called Optimus as a brand. And I'm digging it.
I've heard of that.
You have?
Yeah, that's an old school brand.
Well, look, you're only 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
I was like, hi, Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Let's see here. We got, you guys all saw these. I posted these. This is another one. It's kind of, eh. I like the Sony too. The only thing that I don't like about the Sony is it does not have a tape counter on it. So like on a digital, you can see the seconds. Your camera's acting up a little bit, Chris, but we'll go with it and see what happens. You're good now.
There we go.
Yeah, don't mess with it. I like that you can do double and normal record time and play mode, and you can slow it down and speed it up, which will help in the review process because you can be like, not that you really want to. You want to hear everything, but the only thing I wish it had a tape counter on it, because that was the benefit of, well, digital recorders. But the thing about these is that you can't go more than 60 or 90 minutes on one side, so you're not going to be having to listen through a whole lot, where digital recorders can record for hours. So
yeah, but these are for those quick, instantaneous responses. So
yeah, especially this Sanya. Oh, jeez, I ordered another one today. The Panasonic one that I ordered didn't work out very hot. I knew I was taking a risk. It was $8. It was on eBay, and it said not tested. So I got it in. Yeah, I heard June 10th, man, June 10th. But I know. Yeah, but what you and Noah did the other day, you guys can still do that.
Very true.
That's what we were just saying. You know, since we're so small, nothing stops us from taking a walk and going get some fresh air and just seeing what we happen to record. We won't be holding hands, I promise.
No, not my thing.
Well, okay. You're married. So now. Oh, I had to go back and watch. I saw it for a little bit, but I didn't get to watch everything. So, yeah, I'm not a homewrecker. We work good on this whole brother-sister thing and shipmate and coworker thing, so we're good.
Don't shit where you sleep.
Right?
That's what I would say.
Don't get your paycheck or don't pick up your date where you get your paycheck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
a TTP that we follow.
Yep. What?
You were asked to leave.
Where?
What? Oh no.
Where, Melissa?
No bueno. We're gonna find you guys a new spot.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't. I'm glad he's feeling a little bit better than he was. But all of us, him probably more especially, is itching to get outside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the great benefit about living in our state, minus the fact that we're on a mandated lockdown until June 10th. We have history everywhere. Swing an arm, and you touch a battle of something.
And you can't miss it.
Yeah.
Either it be the Revolution or the Civil War.
Well, no, there's even more. There's Native American. I mean, and all the bootleggers. And, I mean, there's just so much. Wow. Well, okay, so I'm going to have to, when we get off here, I'm going to go check out and see what he got. Because he's like, I thought I heard that. And then I got squirreled.
Yeah. Mean tree chickens?
Ooh.
Squirrels. That's new names for squirrels. Tree chickens.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of squirrels, we're getting squirreled. All right, so just because I want to get Chris to talk a little bit more. What?
I'm looking at what Melissa's saying, so.
Yeah, we'd all, I think, all right, so that's a good topic. How do we get into places? I have found that to probably be one of the most intimidating things and maybe challenging, because how do you... Hey, I know your place is haunted. Can we come check it out? Like, I really want to pick people's heads. How do you go about doing that? I mean, other than the obvious public places, or like, I'm still figuring out, Melissa, because I know there's places in our downtown, And I'm like, okay, how does FPRI do this? Like, how do they get into these places that I've been itching to get into? And I even have a friend that I worked with at the academy, or at one of the academies I worked at, and he was telling me about this antique shop downtown. And he's like, yeah, we were in there one day, and shit was moving. And like, they're like, oh yeah, they know it's haunted. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, how do I get in there? You know, like, I want to check this place out. And then there was another lady I worked with. She has a residence downtown Fredericksburg. Her shop is on the bottom floor and she lives above. And she's like, yeah, we've got it. Yeah, we just coexist. And then there was another person I met. She lives up by Shepherdstown. And she's another government person I met when we went to a conference. And she showed me all these pictures. And we actually identified who the spirit was. He died in the Battle of Antietam, right? Is that how you say it? Antietam. Okay. All she had was his first name, and I was like, okay, well, let's see how this goes, right? So one of the big things is research sometimes. Now that's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because Chris, you kind of rely on the investigative methods to get your info. So you don't kind of pick up on some stuff like I do. But you're getting there. You're kind of actually getting there. I've noticed it. I don't want to be biased, but I asked her, I was like, hey, can we come check out your place? And I respect her opinion. She's like, she was really scared about making it worse.
True.
So I was like, okay, that's cool. Well, tell me what kind of cool stories you got. You know? Yeah, it takes a lot of time to build. Yeah, I
agree, Fred. Yep.
So we're working on that. We've built some good relationships with other investigative teams here and the locations they've got. So that kept us busy mostly last year. But so this friend that I have, and she lives right outside Shepherdstown.
Ooh.
Yeah. But her house isn't historic in nature, but she did build it on land that has history. And she showed me this one picture where they were digging the hole for her septic tank. And I'll have to show you this, Chris. I know we've posted it on the page a while back. It's insane. There was no flash used. And you can clearly see a bright flash of light with a face in it. We're not talking orbs either. Start it. Sweet. Hey, Millie. Hey, Aunt Linda. All right, Fred. So you're gonna have to Obi-Wan Kenobi, show me the way. And then so we figured out who the guy was. There was only 2 people with that name that had died in that area where she was at, and I guess she had a psychic come in before, because she told me that he was married. Well, comes to find out, this guy was a Yankee or a Union soldier, and he died. And apparently, she looks an awful lot like his wife. So she's like, "Well, why does he stick around?" I'm like, "Probably because you look like his wife, and he misses her." And the funny thing is that she went out of town for a little bit because she loves to travel. She went to Australia with her son. I think her son lives there now. And when she came back, her activity was really off the hook. And she's like, "Melissa, what's..." I'm like, "He probably missed you." And I was like, "Just talk to him." You know, and sure enough, it kind of, it simmered down some. Let's see here. Chris, your video is acting funky again. I live in New London, part of the... oh. Yeah, Liberty. I don't know what's going on down there with Liberty University. And Mom is on. Chris, are you trying to work on your video? Okay, looks like it.
There we go.
Oh, it says poor connection. Switch to audio only. You're having issues with your internet today, buddy.
Well, I've been having it all day long.
Oh, that stinks. It's okay. So Chris and I live in the same county, but he lives on the north end and I live on the south end, north side, south side. But you live in a very populated section of the county where I'm kind of on the border of rural. Like,
Yep.
we're the last stronghold community before you get into farmland. And they're crazy. He's got a lot of, you deal with a lot of craziness up in your part of the county.
Mm-hmm. Everybody moving down from D.C.
Takes you 30 minutes to go 2 miles.
Well, I'm working from home, so I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, we're all working from home. I guess until June now. I don't know. Until June?
I hope not.
Why?
I'm going crazy.
Oh, man. All right. So how do we get into places? Well, we're working on that. But in the meantime, we've gone to the cabin, which, by the way, great place.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone to Hanover Tavern. We've gone to Scotchtown. We've gone to
Malvern,
Malvern.
St.
Yep.
Albans.
St. Albans, yep. Pamplin. So a lot of places we don't generally hold events. We'll help other groups and co-host or co-sponsor. There's just 2 of us, so that's a lot to hold down and do. So when people ask us to help, sure, we'll jump in. But as a team of 2 trying to do one solo,
We don't have the capability to do so.
no. So a lot of the times you'll find us going to public events. And so that's that's how we get into places. So, and I was looking to Fauquier Jail was supposed to do one coming up soon, and that's probably not going to happen now too.
Nope.
Aww. Poor baby just wants to hang out with mama and get some cuddles.
But we are working on a Connecticut connection.
Yeah. Yep, but I don't want to talk about that yet either.
No.
So hopefully things are back to normal. We could still go up to New York in July.
That'd be awesome.
Yep. So let's see here. How do we now? Once we get into a location, what do we? What's the first thing that we do, or one of the first things that we do? Welcome back, Darren.
See what the place has to offer.
Okay. You're like, well, this is obvious, Melissa. We just walk in and do our thing. But TTP, we talk about like how we do our thing. So let's break it down.
Well, it's like you always play. It's like what works best, what doesn't.
So how do we like? Yeah, I mean, I know you and I are in our groove, but I want to explain it to others because everybody's got like their own style. How would you explain our style?
I would say it's like non-aggressive.
Yeah, we were, Melissa. No, you know what? We should have talked, but that's okay. We can make up for that.
And we just treat the spirits as we would want to be treated.
Do we provoke?
Oh, heck no.
You know, I don't think Chris has ever, because when I asked him to come on and start doing this, in like 4 days it'll be the 1 year anniversary of.
You never want to do that. You want to treat them as like they're still.
Oh, connection. Your connection's breaking. I'll answer that, Darren. Which Ovilus? There's a couple of them. And there's also an app called the Ovilus. As a matter of... Well, I can't show it because I'm using my phone.
Well, sorry about that.
All right, what were you saying?
I'd say you just want to treat them how you want to be treated. Just be chill.
So, like, when we go into a place, we have, like... Well, Darren was asking about the Ovilus. What about certain, like... Yeah, you know what, Darren? Okay, so... I don't believe in provoking at all, and I'll tell you why. Because I think a lot of people lose perspective on this. And we were going to talk about this later with spirit communications. But I think some people become disassociated or detached, and they just kind of think of spirits as an object or a thing, or like, because you can't see them. Not everybody can see them. There are folks that can see them. Not everybody can feel them. Not everybody can hear them. Not everybody can sense them, right? So a lot of people don't have that connection as they would with a person like we do, face to face, or like when we're going somewhere. Exactly, Melissa. And so I think that kind of creates a disconnect. Darren, I would never provoke, because it's going to bite you in the ass. And here's an example. And this is how I told Chris in the beginning. Imagine you're walking down okay, so Darren, you might do this in real life. So I don't know. But I would not. Imagine you're walking down the street, okay? And you're walking down the street. Would you walk up to somebody and just start cussing at them and start like going, "Come on, man, get in my face"? Would you just do that to any stranger? Would you walk into a bar and just start doing that? Would you walk into somebody's house that you don't know, that you've never met? I would never do that.
No.
And so, and let's say you walk into somebody's house and you can't see them. So you're kind of like, you could be ambushed because you don't know what you're facing. Right? Or you could be walking down that street and say, "Come on, man, hit me with your best shot." And you got like 10 of the baddest mofos surrounding you in an instant. No. What?
Speaking of which, I saw the funniest like freaking thing on a Camaro a couple days ago. Said "show enough" on the back of the on the bumper.
Show enough.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Who's the master?
Yes, I do.
Show enough.
You're just bringing up Camaro, and I miss my Camaro.
I know. It was a good car. It was a nice car.
It was a great car.
Yes, it was.
So, but I think that's really easy for people to forget about sometimes. Like you're walking in, and you're like, I mean, and I have to remind myself a lot. I'm like, okay, make it do this color, and then we go, okay, so here's where everybody goes, okay, thank you, and we're talking to them like kids. I'd be like, man, if I was a spirit, I'd just be like, kiss my ass. I'm not a monkey. Like, why do I want to talk to you?
Yep.
Like, so you know what, lately, and I've been reminding myself of that a lot, because it is really easy to forget. But like when we walked into St. Albans this time, by the way, totally different experience. If you guys didn't hear us talk about it last time. It's cool, Darren. Hey, bring out the questions, because next week it's your turn. Totally different experience this time at Albans, and I think it had a whole lot to do with the group that we were with. And Chris, your connection. Okay. Chris has got a poor connection, so you guys bear with us. You can still hear him no matter what. The audio is good. It's just the video, your bandwidth. Something's going on with that. You might have to restart your router after this tonight.
Yeah. I should be popping up soon. There we go.
Yeah, you're there. You're good. You had a great experience at Albans for your first time, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all.
Nope, didn't get messed with. Nothing negative afterwards, nothing.
But I'd say we had like plenty of protection, that's why.
I think we probably went in there more mindful. You were going off of my experience from last time. You're like, okay, I'm gonna watch myself. But it was an enjoyable experience this time, I think. And we had a good group. But the first thing that we did when we walked into that room, did either one of us say anything?
No, not really. We were just pretty much like observe and stuff.
Yeah. We wanted to go in there and just kind of get a feel for and Melissa brings up a really great point. Introduce yourself like he's talking to a person, or like you're talking to a person. Which again, a lot of people can feel silly doing, because you know, if you don't have any traits that allow you to sense, see, hear, feel, then you kind of feel silly talking out there going, "Hi, I am so and so," and you're like, "Doo-doo-doo." You don't know if anything's there or not for a lot of people. But if there is something and it does want to talk to you, you'll know.
It's just a polite thing to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, going back to if you walk into someone's house, if you walk into a shop, if you walk on, and you want to talk to somebody, like, "Hey, man, I'm so-and-so, how you doing?"
Yeah.
How many different kinds of ovuluses are there? I think there's 5 now.
I can't keep track.
Well, you've only... So we had... Chris, do you remember when we were at the cabin?
Mm-hmm.
And that one lady, she had that one that was... it was when we were doing the fundraiser for Sawyer. And she had that one little box that was talking words in her ear. That was an older... I think that was an Ovulus 2 or 3 that she had.
I think it was 3.
Yeah, because the newer ones have an LCD screen on it. And they'll show you the word. Which is... I want to get my hands on one. So you never know. This stimulus check might be affording some more gear. Since my vacation plans are canceled. No more beach, damn it.
Yeah.
What do you think is something that we do differently than others?
I think we take a more open-minded approach. Like, we don't like go in there like expecting anything. We just go with the flow.
Well, you bringing that up as a good thing. I think so. The first time I went in St. Albans, I went to an event as an attendee, and there was the group of people that, and I'm not saying one ideology's better or more correct than the other, but I did not agree with their ideology. But I was there to see what happened, and because we're always learning, like Darren said, we're always learning. Like, we all find kind of like what works for us, and also depending on what your particular religion background is or what your belief system is, that also plays into a lot of things. So Chris is Catholic and I am spiritual. Chris, are you still there? Oh no. I don't even hear him now, guys. Oh, there you are. He's rebooting. So
yes.
How do you think that your religion plays into how we investigate, Chris?
I think mine's more like a sense of respect. You know, don't provoke, just chill out and talk to them like they're a normal human being.
Well, okay, I was asking this because I know the Catholics look at things differently than, say, the Baptist or, say, a Methodist or somebody who practiced Judaism or Islam. How do you think your religious background frames the way that you look at what we do?
God, it's I think it's just like you just see people as people.
Well, I know, like some protective gear. So here's something that we do before we go out. Some people believe in prayer. I think prayer is also putting your intent, and I look at it in a different way. So I don't necessarily pray to, various things, because that's not my belief system. But I know you probably say a prayer, and then you also wear your St. Benedict's.
And St. Michael's.
Yep.
So I look at it as like protective gear, It's like go in there like...
He's like, I band up. Melissa, girl, exactly. You know what? I was raised Baptist too. I've definitely veered away from that. I would probably say if I had to pick something, I always joke I would be Jewish, but I'm not. I probably more closely identify with pagan. That's probably what I more closely identify with.
A pagan with bagels.
Oh my God. With schmear.
Schmegula. Yeah, so schmegula.
So wrong. But I make sure that I ground myself. I make sure that I don't go somewhere with a negative frame of mind. I definitely believe in, earth-based practices. And so that's the way I go about it. And I do have my crystals or my rocks with me. I've kind of put a little bit of on Chris too.
Yeah, I carry my obsidian around, so.
Yeah. So back to my first time in Albans, when I had gone there, the people that I was with, it was of their belief that when you go in somewhere, everybody goes to heaven, and if they didn't go to heaven, then they're either demons or in hell, and that more than likely we're encountering demons. And so I was like, huh, okay, I don't necessarily believe that, but show me what you got. Refresh your video again, bud. Believe energy. Yep, exactly. I think that's another reason, Melissa. I think that's why I love the beach so much, because every time I go to the beach, again, the salt water, the sand, I come back so refreshed. I love the beach. I miss living by the beach. But I definitely think that we as humans, need to spend more time outdoors, that we're very disconnected. And maybe that's why some of this stuff is going on. I don't know. I'm not going to... But it's definitely making a lot of people reevaluate things right now. So yeah, while Chris is doing his thing over there, these folks... Yep. I was like, well, we were encountering this little boy. And they're like, well, if it is a little boy. And I'm like, well, how do we know? Because, okay, going back to our name, Pandora's, Peregrination, we're kind of like opening a box of unknown, really. Again, for those of you who don't have the ability. So we're kind of, we have to take things at face value sometimes. And that's where our belief system comes into play too. Are you still working on your video over there, bud?
Yeah.
Once you put your bare feet in the earth, yes, I love it. It's like we tap in. It's kind of like that, if you guys have ever seen Avatar, where they hook their tails into the mother tree. I love it. Because it's like, absolutely, we're tapping in to Mother Earth. So,
there we go.
And so St. Albans, you're not allowed to provoke at all. But I think who you're with definitely... It's kind of like when you go into a bar. If you go out with people looking for a fight, you're going to get a fight, right?
Yep.
So... Your video is just all jacked tonight. No, it's okay. Keep working on it. So let's see here. Questions for us. Let's see here. Anybody got, are you curious about how we do things? We definitely make sure that we cleanse ourselves afterwards.
Yep.
I think Chris learned the hard way. He thought I was kind of bullshitting him the first time that we went out until you got your own attachment. How did that feel?
Not good.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, we laugh about it, but it's not cool. This is not cool at all. I know, Darren, you told me. See, that's why I'm like, Darren might be the one who goes and provokes. You never know. But I would not go and provoke. Because it's showing up to a gunfight with a knife. You might get a couple of stabs in, but you're not going to win that one.
You never know what you're going to get.
It's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, damn straight forest.
Alright, what are you doing over there? Your video is not popping up.
I keep pushing on, pushing off.
Okay, we'll do it like once and let it chill. Or you can just call back if you want.
Looks like it's... I'll call it back in. Hold on.
Okay. So Chris is going to disconnect and we're going to pull him back in. All right, Mr. Questions. Darren, what kind of questions you got for us tonight? Where's the 20 questions, Darren? And Brian, I see you there. What kind of questions you got going on? And how about you, Melissa? And let's see. Anybody, really. Like when we sat in the water. Yes. See, Mom? My mom, she thinks I was crazy on some of this stuff. And Tisha's my mom. But she just said right there, like when we sat in the water and sand. And I always told her, I was like, Mom, you just need to. You gotta get back out there. What is my favorite? What, Darren? Oh, hang on. Let me bring Chris in. Answer. Tactics. Well,
Yep. Trying this again.
okay. Darren just asked, what is our favorite tactic when we, I guess, approach an investigation? I think one of our favorite tools that we use, that's almost always reliable, is Lady Liberty, which is the Paranology's 360 scope. Well, not the 360, the Paranology's scope. And we go in there and let the location tell us how they want to communicate. That's really what it comes down to. Because we don't run the show. If anybody thinks that they're running the show, I think if you go in there thinking that you're running the show, well, I don't think we're the ones in charge by any means. Digital voice recorder or do the sweeps first? I always have a recorder running just to record everything. So there's always one in my pocket that I don't stop. Can you hear us, Chris? His connection is so bad. Hey, Tammy. I don't know how much Chris will be able to participate longer tonight. We'll see. All right, there you are. You're all caught up now. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. There you go. Now you don't have to look at your phone. You can look at the Skype screen. Let's see here. We always go in with, all right, so we always go in with a body cam on. That's on from the very get-go. We always go in with a voice recorder on from the get-go. Those things never get turned off. So once we start, they record and they're going. Sometimes Chris will have on an action cam too on his head. So we'll usually have 3 things going just to record things from our point of view, and we never touch them from that point forward until we're done. And then after that, well, that's our standard operating right there, really. Yes, I am, Tammy. Thank you. No, we're not frozen, Chris. I'm watching it on my phone. It's your connection at your house, man. Like, you're good. Don't touch anything. We're good. Does Facebook Live help or hurt the investigation? We haven't done it a whole lot. Because a lot of times we're so into it, we forget. I think we've only really ever done it at the cabin.
Henricus.
Did we go Facebook Live at Henricus? Well, we did that one time in the morning to do the tour. See, I forget.
And also in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And also, I believe at West Virginia.
Yeah, that helped. That helped us a lot. Sorry, now that you short timers. Well,
Yeah.
so
Let's see.
when we did Facebook Live, Cynthia from Raven Rose Paranormal hopped on, and she was kind of, remote picking up, kind of like you do, Melissa. Yeah, the only thing is with that, Melissa, is like sometimes when we go with people, they get so chatty that we don't even get a chance to hear what's going on in the background.
Yeah. But there's a lot of like, I guess, cross noise up at West Virginia, thanks to the other people like wandering about.
That was fine. We still got our. You know what? This with a microphone, I think, is going to greatly improve our EVPs.
Ooh, definitely, especially when we go to St. Albans again.
Yeah, whenever the heck that's going to be.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I covered, we always go in, I don't know if you heard that because you were in the middle of, we always go in with the body cam on.
Yep.
We always go in with the recorder turned on.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we go in, most of the time up until the last couple, because I put the body cam on you. We almost always go in with an action cam on, and we don't touch them. Right? So those are the three things we definitely have going all the time. And then go live more so you can watch how you go about things more. Okay. Well, that all depends on the location, too. So in some of the places, you don't get really good signal. Like, there's no way that we were going to be able to broadcast from isolation down in St. Albans. I mean, you're in some of these buildings, especially like West Virginia State Pen, solid rock and stone. Your phone does not get out very well.
No.
What device do I hate the most?
I'd say like we don't never pull out the divination rods.
No, I won't say I hate them, but I don't use those. They're in our
No.
kit, and they're probably the least utilized thing ever.
Yeah.
What do I hate most about on the live thing?
The lag.
Yeah. And the only reason I'm not a fan of the divination rods is I've tried them. I've tried to hold still, but even the smallest movement can make them go.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of trust involved with the people observing and the person conducting. And if that trust isn't there, then it can all become questionable. And then I saw somebody recently, Doc did this, Doc Molnar, and then also Scott Porter, not from TWC, but another person here in Virginia. He had set up a little rig stand to put them in. But then the question was, if no one's holding it, if no one's a conduit of energy, do they still work? Do they require somebody to hold them to work? Or can the energy in the room make them move without a medium, so to speak? Or can you place that block that's holding the rods down and then somebody touch that block? Would that be enough? Would that be sufficient for them to work? I don't know the answers. I'm curious to see how that works for him. So Tammy wants to know, how was St. Albans?
Oh my God. You're gonna have to come along to experience it.
Yeah, place is so huge that being there for 4 hours, you still don't see it all.
Yep, exactly.
You still don't get to touch it all, because
And
like you want. Go ahead.
We only went to like certain places. We didn't see it all. Is exactly how Melissa said.
Well, we had the opportunity, but we would have only spent because it was 3-hour chunks with breaks in between. So
it's kind of like going to Disney World and like seeing everything you can in 3 hours.
Yeah. You can whiz by and be like, "Oh look, hey, oh,
yep.
next time."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to go there you're gonna have to go there a lot just to. But the funny thing is the more you go to locations, they're like, "Well, it took you long enough to come back. What took you so long?" So Chris will start seeing this now because, you'll start hitting more locations more often. Like the cabin knows us.
Exactly.
And Tammy wants to go. We want to go too. Tell everybody to keep their ass home so we can flatten this curve, I guess.
Yeah. get out there and do things. I just thought, well, I'm sorry to interrupt off topic.
No, go. But don't make it political, though.
Oh, no, I just saw the most disgusting thing.
Uh-oh.
Mountain Dew flavored Doritos.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, who would want Mountain Dew Doritos?
I have no idea. Blech.
Alright. We got a late start, so we'll go for about another 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to call it a night, because it's Mr. Cinderella over there. He turns into a pumpkin, like around 9 o'clock every night. But, yeah, so we go into a location, we have our we have our study tools that we use every time, and those are the recorders. Virginia on lockdown, until June 10th. Well, we're waiting for July to see what's going on. They're having some events up there. We don't know what the status is, but we want to go to Hinsdale and we want to go to Wildwood. I wanted to go to Eastern State Pen, but they aren't allowing people to investigate anymore. And then there's a sanitarium here in Virginia, but nobody's allowed in there. And that place is crazy, I heard. Not like because sanitarium factor, but just so much activity. And it's out in Staunton, but we're not going to, because they've had a problem with people breaking in, so we're not going to try to make it more well known. We do not endorse, we do not approve of people breaking in to investigate.
No.
Have legitimate access, gain legitimate access, and do right by the location and everybody that's involved. Great choices. Why? Why what? Why ask why?
It's best to have permission.
I don't even know what you're asking why about, Darren. Need more info. What are you looking at over there, Chris?
Just what's on the feed.
Where are those Mountain Dew Doritos coming?
I was looking at Facebook.
Let's see here. Tammy, you've probably been to the lighthouse down in St. Augustine because, no, different side of the family. Not mom's side, dad's side, sorry. But, we do have a family member that lives down there, so, and you had a house down in, so you might have, I don't know. I'm going to go back to Myrtle's Plantation, too, down in Louisiana, because I went there when Maddie was a baby. We did the tour, and, I would love if they ever had an event there just to investigate, but I don't know how that works out because they're an active restaurant and hotel there. You can't go in those places that you want to go. One, they're condemned. Two, liability. And three, the owners or whoever owns them is just not allowing it. So you got to respect their decision not to allow. It's kind of like Sour Castle out in Kansas, right, Chris?
Yep.
Can't do nothing there.
Nope.
How was the one at Brandy Station? Well, funny you mentioned that, Mom. Excuse me, I got my butt pinched in a church.
And supposedly a Wendigo.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, alright, what are y'all's thoughts on a Wendigo? A Native American Wendigo. I don't have a whole lot of Native American knowledge or indigenous knowledge, to be honest. I'm learning more as I go. But my understanding is that if you ever encounter a Wendigo, you're dead. So, Tammy, ask your hubby if that's true.
Oof.
Aww. Meetings. No one likes meetings.
I'm tired of meetings.
Next time you go down, I'm going. So, yeah, Tammy, ask about Wendigos and ask him, like, is it true that if you ever... Because, like, I watched something... I watch all these shows out there. By the way, before we go, have you watched Hellier, Chris?
I will tomorrow. I promise.
Has anybody on here watched Hellier? Wendigo here. I will type it in for you. Ask him about Wendigo.
Her husband's Indian, Native American.
Oh no. Probably closing your office. Hopefully you get paid still. I can work from home, so I get like I kind of, well, unfortunate. It's just Chris and I are both very fortunate. What kind of body cam do I use? Okay, so I got one before, and Darren, I'll have to send you the links. I got one. It was kind of bulky, the first one, and it barely lasted like 3 months. I was so disappointed. This other one that I got, it's much smaller, and it's called Bobolov, Bobolov. It was like $90, and it's been the best camera ever. You just have to understand which buttons you're pushing.
And it lasts forever.
Yeah, it lasts. The other one would go dead in like 3 hours. This one will go all night. Well, that's good. I'm glad you can work from home, Melissa. Sounds like pop. That is Chris's end. I don't know what it is. Something to do with your microphone or something. So.
Or me just vision.
Yeah, I have no control over that, Darren. He never heard. Okay. So maybe it's a different, because like I know with different tribes, they have various. Like.
It might be. I think it's because it's first the western portion of the country.
Like skinwalkers versus over here in the northeastern, they have the Pukwudgies and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a southern or western tribal. Again, I am not the person to ask. So, but
I know we certainly almost got tackled out there.
Yeah, sweet, please. Okay, I will. But I was watching a show, and that's what brought me. I was like, "Ooh, have you guys watched Hellier?" But before I got there, I had watched this show. It was on one of the paranormal TV shows. Pick one. There's one out there. But I think it was like Paranormal Encounters or something. And it was on like a night or two ago, but I'd seen it before. And it was talking about a group of Army guys who were sent out to do a survey. And they're like talking about being there for a survey. And then one guy's got the old camera. And apparently they encountered these, but I guess there was like some super secret government mission going on that they had trapped one of these and they were trying to control it, and shit just went bad. And I think it was called like Hell, Ohio or something. And it was an underground bunker. And so these other people that they were talking about that was involved in the story, but not the surveyors. They had stumbled upon the underground bunker. Okay. So he would definitely know what a Pukwudgie is, though. Tammy, because that's all my friends that are from the northeastern Algonquian. So okay, so Algonquians down here. Yep. Eat and kill their victims.
Huh. I guess Rhonda survived.
Yeah. But this show, they were talking about, I guess, how one was captured. And, like, during the show, you could see, like, there was this big fortified room with, like, a 4-inch glass or something peephole. And it just looked like shit went down. And you could see scratch marks everywhere. And apparently this whole area off in Ohio, I think, is, like, cordoned off. Like, nobody can go there. But then, like, these surveyors had gone in there. And, like, one by one, they were picked off. And it showed this really creepy thing. It had, like, it was tall, branchy, kind of like, Groot. Kind of like Groot. Like Groot with antlers, right? That's what this thing kind of looked like. And I was just like, that's some serious stuff. So, I guess that's what that show was alluding to, is that they had encountered a Wendigo. But, Hellier. If you guys, it's on Amazon Prime right now for free. Well, Prime is free for all of us that are subscribing. That's stupid for me to say. But it's also, if you go to hellier.tv, they released both seasons. And I was like, it talks about the Appalachian. So, Chris, you got to get on it. Because it talks about our shit. And it talks about Mothman. And it talks about goblins. And it talks about, like, how all this stuff is in the Appalachian Mountain. And it's, like, the place to hide for all these things. And, like, how everything's kind of interrelated. And you definitely got to check it out.
Okay.
So, oh, looky. Who wants to join me? Right as we're getting ready to wrap up. Oh, Mothman. Yeah, so, like, Chris and I were never, like, really into, like...
the other stuff?
Yeah, but now that, like, now I can see, like, the interconnection to everything. We might have to make a trip up to West Virginia. We gotta check that stuff out. Because, like, they were talking about, like, these things where, like, some people describe them as goblins, but depending on where you go regionally, they might, like, they were talking about how in one place, everybody in a town talked about their ghosts and spirits as critters. They're like, yeah, we got a lot of critters around here.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, how over here we call hurricanes, Australia willy willies, and Asian countries typhoons.
Yeah. On a big scale.
Yeah. Big scale.
But like okay, like shoes versus sneakers, pop versus soda.
Yep.
You know. What about the Jersey Devil? I've heard about it. I'd be interested to see what's going on.
I got a hockey jersey.
He's got a hockey jersey.
Yep. Jersey Devils.
She wants some love. And I have my dog sitting over there too. It's like they all... What? Oh, and my daughter.
Maddie.
Now she's happy. Alright. I think we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. So... we briefly talked about... I know everybody's like, oh, this is going to be so structured. And one of our tactics is squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of go with it. So, in a way, we're not as rigid as... well, we're only rigid when it comes to looking at our evidence.
Yeah.
But we're not rigid as into... like, when we put things out there and we say, we already know what we think about it, right?
Yeah. But, hey, before everybody goes, make sure you join us on Wednesday night for our game nights.
Oh, Chris loves his game nights now.
Yes, I do. Simmer down, Maddie.
Simmer down. But yeah, by the way, guys, it's fun. And you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to sign in into anything. You just have to pull up a browser window or a window on your phone, and we'll give you a little code, and you pop in your name, and boom, you're playing with us. And we even got Darren to play. Darren, was it hard? I have some... let's shoot for tomorrow evening after work, okay, Darren? If possible. He said it wasn't hard.
Good.
So, yep. All right, guys. But yeah, no, like I was saying, we're not, because it's kind of like those shows, fact or fake or whatever. Well, you decide, you know, because everybody's gonna have their opinion.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna hurt our feelings. Whereas some people be like, when in doubt, throw it out. I'm sure there's probably some good stuff that gets thrown out, but let's see, Tammy. Wednesday night at 7 or 7:30. We've been doing 7:30, but
we can do 7.
7's hard because I'm like busting butt to get dinner out and all that stuff.
Okay, 7:30 is cool.
7:30 on Wednesdays. Yeah. And that's the great thing about our field. If something's questionable, get other people to hear it. Get other people to look at it. You know? Are we looking at something legit? Did I miss something? Do you see something or hear something I missed?
Exactly.
That's what I like, you know, and that's why we like sharing, because you learn. And so I think that's really what it's all about.
We learn what you learn.
Yeah. So, Well, I am so glad that y'all joined us. Yep, 7:30 is better. Okay. Good night, Mom. Yeah, so if
Thanks,
you guys
Fish.
want to play games, we're probably going to do murder trivia or
Yes.
Quiplash. He likes murder trivia.
Oh, stop it.
7:30, same place, right here, and we'll bring it up. So, thank you, Melissa. It was great. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, come on. Stop on by Wednesday.
Yep. And thank you for everybody else who's here. If I didn't get a chance to shout out to you, thank you for joining us. And we appreciate y'all. And we hope that y'all are hanging in there. And
Staying healthy and safe.
yep. Yep, absolutely. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll see. If you join us for game night, we'll see you. And if not, next Wednesday, Mr. Darren, or not next Wednesday.
Sunday.
next Sunday, Mr. Darren Buss is joining us. And
Oh, boy.
we're putting him in the hot seat. So, Chris, get your questions ready. Everybody else who's in here, get your questions ready, because Darren is the one who's usually asking everybody else all the questions.
I got a whole bunch of questions.
You got a whole bunch of questions. Oh, we got 11
Giddy
already.
up.
That's right. So, get ready for all those questions, Darren. He's like, yes.
Oh, boy.
All right,
You're
guys.
in trouble now.
All right, everyone. Happy Monday. And we'll see you Wednesday or Sunday.
Peace out.